it right to at least ask the guy that, please, are we in a relationship or we are just dating?
I think the moment that doubt comes in, okay,
Yeah.
the moment that element of doubt.
But isn't it fair for you? It's interesting. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you don't know who I am, this is Manukiat. Yes, today our discussion is about the differences between dating and relationship. I don't even know the difference. Do you know the differences?
That's okay about this.
Yes. So I have a guest here. He will introduce himself so you can continue.
Alright, thank you for having me. My name is Edward Kobina, and then we are colleagues. And we are both students of UCC, and then that is how come we are on set today. So
please tell us the differences because it's so confusing. You could see that somebody is dating someone and then within a second and then the guy will come out to say that I'm not dating you or I'm not in a relationship with you. It's so confusing. So I want us to discuss the difference. So you tell us one or two differences so we can deliberate on it.
yes, like you have said, the differences are sometimes confusing, and there are some people who think that dating is the same as a relationship. But the difference sometimes doesn't come clear, but of course there are still some differences. I will take it from a certain angle. The differences becomes clear when you look at it from the angle of the level of relationship. I would say that dating and relationship are all relationships. But at what level are we talking about? Okay. If you look at dating, it's a form of relationship, but it's at a lower level of relationship. Okay. So, as time goes on, as let's say you invite a lady for a date, on the first day, the relationship, the discussion is sort of casual. Okay, it's not all that deep. Okay, on the second date, it's going to be a little deeper, and then you go on and on. And
so does it determine the number of years you are with the person, or?
It doesn't matter. What matters more is whether the level of relationship is growing from a lower level to a much deeper level. Okay, so you can meet, a number of times, but it could be that, what binds you together as in relationship properly so-called, is non-existent. Okay. So we need to look at it from the angle of whether the level of relationship is growing, okay, from a lower level, okay, to a much deeper level.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, at what point could you think that the dating or relationship is flirting?
Well,
this thing confuses so confusing.
That's an interesting question. But when you look at dating and flirting, like I've said, dating is much casual. Okay. I don't see a lot of differences between dating and flirting, unless you want to say that dating probably is much serious and could lead to a much serious relationship, unless you want to look at it from that angle. But dating could also be flirting when there is no, strings attached, like there's nothing showing or pointing to the direction that is going to lead to any serious thing. I will categorize them in the same bracket, unless probably you want to say that dating, if it is to lead to a relationship, then that is, more serious than flirting.
So does it mean that dating is short term and relationship is long term?
I'll perfectly agree with you. I think dating is short, okay, and relationship is much longer, because probably you are getting to know each other much better. There are some limitations around how you conduct your business things in that way. So I think before you get to the level of a relationship, then dating might have traveled some distance. Okay. Yeah.
So will you agree for your daughter to have a date or to have a relationship?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, every good relationship starts with a date. Okay. I believe you have been invited for a date before. If you agree with me. I believe you have been invited for a date before. And there is nothing wrong with that. It's just casual. It's just an experimental period to get to know somebody. There are not so much expectations or so much implied rules binding you.
This is so scary. If you're in a date with somebody, the man can have as many dates as he can.
It's a date.
Can a lady also do this?
It's a date.
Hey, this is scary.
It's a date. Okay? It's a date. I mean, there are no strings attached. Okay?
It's not deep, that's what
it's so physical. There are no emotions attached. Okay? There's just an opportunity to know somebody
so
and know her better.
With the date, you don't need to take it so personal.
The date is so casual.
Oh my God.
Okay? It's an opportunity to make a choice. I think that's what I'm saying. It's an opportunity to make a choice. So
open your eyes. This is why as a lady you need to open your eyes.
Yes,
because for us we think once we are with a person, we are in a relationship. We don't even consider whether it is a dating or it is a relationship.
It's very important
so
to
you need to
establish
know
the
the
difference.
difference.
Exactly.
Yes. So at what point are you going to know that this is not a relationship, this is a date, or to determine the difference?
Well, I think the basis of every relationship starts with a date. Okay, so it's just like maybe I bump into you in the bank, and we become friends somewhere somehow, and I invite you for a date somewhere. Okay, and then if I want to take it to the level of a relationship, then our first conversation is going to be that casual. Going forward is going to be much deeper. And then, if I'm really serious, to get into a relationship with you, then let me say nature will make it work.
But don't you think that you can be with a person for a year, and to the man's mind, you are just in a date with him, but to the woman, it's a relationship?
It could be. It depends on the meaning. It depends on the meaning you have attached to.
So is it to find out, please? Is this a relationship or is it a date?
It's fair. It's fair to ask. But the moment you start doubting, then you should know the answer. You should know that obviously. I mean, you cannot say you are in a relationship the moment you have had that element of a doubt. Okay. So I think if indeed you are in a relationship, you feel it. I mean, you feel the correspondence, from both parties. You feel that it's working. I mean,
this is so confusing.
You feel that it's working. Because if you are in a relationship with somebody, you think that it's a relationship. Okay. The question is that at what level is that relationship?
Yes. At what level?
At what level? If you are not able to answer that question, then you will be confused in your mind because you wouldn't know at what level, for how long have you known the person, how far have you gone with.
So guys, sometimes it can even take 2 years, 3 years for them. They think you guys are dating because the moment you go and see a different lady in his room, you cannot question because it is. You don't even know whether it is dating or relationship. Exactly. You get it.
Exactly. The number of years doesn't define. Whether it's a relationship or it's a date. It's about what is binding, the two of you together. Have you, grown to the level that there's some kind of implied rules regarding how you relate? Okay. If you have not developed to that level, I would say that it's still a date.
Does it mean that if you go and meet a lady in there, you are not supposed to complain or say anything because...
Well, it's a date. It's a date. whether you decide to have a date in your bedroom or anywhere else, I mean, it's a date.
Do you know where the confusing comes in? The moment you meet somebody in there, that is when the guy is going to tell you that we are just dating. You understand?
That is unfortunate.
Yes.
But you can also not call that a relationship. Okay, maybe you are on a date with someone. Okay. You went on a date maybe one time with someone, okay, and then you paid an unannounced visit, okay, to his house, and then you found the lady, there. Can you conclude that you were in a relationship with
the guy? No, that one is different. That one is
and
different.
the lady in the bedroom can also not conclude that. You wouldn't know the level of relationship, the level of...
That one is different though. That one is one time date. So you just went out with the guy. Is that also? Yeah, and then you paid unannounced visit. That one is different.
Why would you pay unannounced visit in the first place? Why would you pay unannounced visit? You should pay announced visits.
the moment you... No, for me, it's not fair. Whether it is dating or in a relationship, it is not fair. Because once the guy can visit you anytime he wants, I think the lady too can visit. What is the difference? The moment if we are dating and then the guy can just visit you anytime, you can as well do same.
Well, that is.
But the guys we are dating, you wouldn't even know you are dating or whether it's a dating or relationship until you see a different lady in the picture. That is when you are going to see that we call this dating.
You see, earlier on I think I said something that the dating is a period of experiment. Okay. It's a period where there are a lot of options on the table. You are considering a lot of options. So you should be able to establish whether you have gone deep enough to call the relationship now a relationship properly so called. Okay. If you have not been able to establish that, then in your mind it is still dating. And once this is experimental period, of course, probably you are also experimenting. You get the picture. You might be experimenting, he might be experimenting. Okay. So I think the difference is clear. But if you are in doubt, okay, like you earlier asked, if you are in doubt, you can ask to know exactly what.
Please ask whether it is a relationship or a date. Whether it is a relationship or a date, you need to find out so you can clear your conscience.
Exactly.
Don't play with your emotions.
If you are in doubt, you need to ask.
Okay.
But I think it comes naturally.
Okay.
It comes like you go on a date with someone, in your mind you want to establish a relationship with him or her. I think you will never doubt. You never for one doubt that is this a relationship or is it a date. It transcends.
The vibe
it will transcend.
The vibe will come.
Sometimes without even verbally expressing it, you will feel it. That indeed we are in a
sometimes you feel.
But even if you feel it, at some point you need to express it.
You know that sometimes you feel that I'm in a relationship with this person, but the person he's dating you.
That's what I'm saying. If you are in doubt, ask. If you are in doubt,
you need to ask.
You need to clear.
Find out before you lose your mind. Hope you enjoyed it. I've really learned a lot from Eddie. Thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.
1 second.
Comment. Let me also know your mind, the differences. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. Do you know that the subscription is so free and people are not subscribing? Yeah, Can you say something to them?
I've been monitoring the team. I think that
talk to them
with the effort that Kate is putting into this project, I think she needs our support.
Oh.
So if you have not subscribed, you can recommend the page to a friend. You can share it on WhatsApp platforms. Let's give her the support that we can. And I think when we are telling the success story, you'll be part of it.
Thank you so much, Eddie. I'm so grateful. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.